Hello, you've caught me at the beginning of a horror game, and I'm still in those magical early moments where nothing has hit the fan yet. In fact, the fan isn't even on. This is lovely.
And I'm fooling myself into thinking I can somehow prevent the horror from happening at all and turn this whole game into a relaxing walking simulator through a sunny forest. But I haven't accounted for the objective stupidity of characters in horror games, have I? A special breed of idiot comprised of heavy breathing, low battery cell phones, and decision making so inexplicably appalling you wonder if they all go on to become Premier League referees when they retire.
Don't put your hand in that dark hole. Don't follow the screams. Don't go and check what's in the basement when all your mates are upstairs having a really loud party in a haunted house in the middle of the woods.
This is common sense, people. Do you have no self-preservation instinct? No. Instead, you barrel headfirst into awful situations and us gamers have to come in and save you while being scared witless in the process.
Here are 7 things characters in horror games really need to stop doing.
Number 1, walking into obviously awful places on your own and often for no good reason. Yes, I'm looking at you, Miles Upshur from Outlast, and especially you, Howard Wright from Siren Blood Curse. Mr. and Mr. I've received an email telling me something weird is going on at a place, so I'd better drop everything and go check it out pronto. Seriously, what were you both thinking? At least investigate a bit further. Don't just go because you got an email.
I've just got this email from some guy calling himself Father Patrick, and he wants my bank account number, full postal address, and my PIN number.
Yeah, well, I just got an email from an anonymous source saying there's something weird going on at a Chaos Mental Asylum.
Well, you got to check it out, mate. I'll come and finish it. Reddit. You go.
You sure?
Yeah, just go, man. Just go.
Thanks,
you check
man.
it out. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, don't take that.
What, you don't think I'll need it?
No, just take your phone.
Which leads us on to entry number 2, not properly arming yourselves when you go to said places. Let's take a look at this. Miles from Outlast receives a tip saying that weird, inhumane experiments are being carried out on the inmates of Mount Massive Asylum. He takes a camera. Amanda Ripley in Alien Isolation, upon discovery that the Sevastopol space station is badly damaged, decides to spacewalk over to it anyway with absolutely nothing. Ethan from Resident Evil 7 receives a message from his wife who's been missing for 3 years and so travels to the creepy plantation within which she's imprisoned, again with nothing.
Just take something with you. Just take a stick, for crying out loud. It's better than your bare hands, isn't it?
But no, we'll blunder in unarmed, weak, and with no combat training and wonder why we've had our hands cut off or our mates eviscerated by a rampaging extraterrestrial or been easily thrown through a window by a murderous lunatic Hagrid. Entry number 3. Now, sometimes characters have a bit more sense and do go in armed to the teeth. Usually this is when you're controlling a protagonist who's a cop or a soldier, you know, someone whose job it is to know how to look after themselves. Not like when you have to control journalists.
I used to be a journalist. Can you imagine me trying to survive a zombie apocalypse? Well, I mean, I guess actually I don't scare that easy.
Anyway, there's a stupid thing these SWAT teams, soldiers and cops do instead. They split up. Doesn't that defeat the whole point of being a SWAT team? In Dino Crisis, for instance, stick together for goodness sake. You know, do the thing where someone takes point and someone else covers the rear. Have you not seen Jurassic Park? Raptors are clever. They don't attack from the front, but from the side. You need eyes everywhere.
It's the same in the early Resi games too, isn't it? Arrive on the scene, see that everything is on fire and that there are zombies everywhere. What to do? What to do? I know. You go that way and I'll go that way. Then maybe we'll both get killed.
Dead Space. Look what happens as soon as Isaac splits up and, heaven forbid, leaves his team behind a piece of glass.
Oh, the dreaded behind the glass trick.
Dead, dead, dead. And now you can't get back unless you solve a bunch of puzzles while the surviving members of your team communicate using the sci-fi equivalent of cups and string.
And don't even get me started on the cast of Until Dawn, the kings and queens of the idiot split up.
But they have chosen to go on holiday to Killer's cabin, haven't they? So what do you expect? Number 4. Stop answering mysterious distress calls from the depths of space. Or at least when you get to the source of the distress call and see that everything has gone wrong, usually in the form of communications failure and a load of floating debris.
I mean, I'm no Columbo, but even I can deduct something's not quite right if I turn up and see that.
Don't just run blindly in there. Call for backup or something. You're engineers, for crying out loud, not bloody heroes. Did we learn nothing from Aliens? Everyone inside is dead. I'm sorry that your girlfriend is a lunatic and that your mum is lost forever, but just stay outside and nuke the entire place from orbit. You'll save yourselves a lot of backtracking. And cowering in shadows as unspeakable things with spikes and too many mouths hunt you down. Number 5. When they try and get rescued in obviously dangerous places. On an island overrun with dinosaurs, call the helicopter in and have it fly at T-Rex head height. I mean, how many times does this have to happen before people learn? Rescue helicopters get shot down. Literally every time. Just don't bother calling them in the first place.
They'll get shot down and the burning husk of the chopper will inevitably land smack bang in the middle of the two protagonists, creating an impenetrable barrier that you can't pass, and one of them will be on one side, the one that's not controlled by you, and will say something like, "Oh, we can't get to each other. You're gonna have to go round and meet me in the generator room, which is through all those dangerous corridors and behind that locked door. And the key to that locked door will be in the sewers somewhere because, like, a zombie rat has eaten it and pooped it out behind a block puzzle or something." I mean, for goodness sake.
And it's not just helicopters, is it? Whenever there's any chance of an early rescue from a horror game, you can guarantee the idiot protagonist and or the idiot rescuer will stage it in an idiot place. Case in point, when the policeman comes to get you out the house in Resi 7, have the conversation outside. Get out of the garage now. Do it now. Entry number 6. When they decide to hide in places that are absolutely, definitely 100% traps designed by the thing they're hiding from. A prime example of this happens in Outlast's Whistleblower DLC. You're trying to evade the attentions of the groom, a deranged lunatic determined to create the perfect bride by, let's just say, unsavoury means. Now, the key to survival in Outlast is to always make sure you have somewhere to escape. Don't pin yourself in. Keep your options open. Do not, I repeat, do not hide in a cupboard. A cupboard is a portable prison.
Blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm absolutely terrified. The groom is doing his unsavoury things and I just need out, okay? I'm hiding in this cupboard.
Oh dear, it looks like the groom wanted you to hide in that cupboard. Now you're going to have to witness all his unsavoury things from inside the safety of your portable prison hiding spot, and then try and escape before you have something unsavoury done to you. Honestly, let's move on, I can't watch this. Our last entry is a thing characters in horror games really do need to stop doing. But I'm not talking about the silly protagonists this time with their hands and their cardigans and their mysterious emails. No, I'm talking about the antagonists, or at least those responsible for the swirling hellstorm of horror our protagonists find themselves in. For instance, the Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil created the Tyrant virus, or T-virus as it's more commonly known, as a military weapon. Classic, mate, classic. Don't do that. Don't create weaponized viruses that literally bring your enemies back to life as reanimated corpses. The inhumane experiments conducted on the inmates of Outlast's Mount Massive Asylum were the brainchild of one Dr. Rudolf Gustav Wernicke, who believed that intensive dream therapy conducted on patients could connect swarms of nanites into a single malevolent being.
Oh, good idea, Dr. Wernicke. A single malevolent being. Just the ticket for treating all those patients.
The events of Alien Isolation were, as usual, the result of corporate greed. Seriously, when are Weyland-Yutani going to learn that getting an alien is just not a good investment? I mean, what are they going to do with it exactly? It makes zero business sense. Stupid. Silent Hill 2 happened because, spoilers, James Sunderland killed his flipping wife and then birthed the entire game from his guilt. Don't kill people. But our prize for most pointless scientific experiment that created a nightmarish survival horror setting goes to Dr. Kirk from Dino Crisis, who basically just created a thing called third energy that could replace a pocket of space-time with the same pocket from the past, thereby allowing man-eating dinosaurs to come through the rift. I mean, why? How? Who signed that off?
So I've designed this thing, and it works, called third energy. And what it would allow you to do would be, you take this room for example, you could swap this room for the exact same space but from the past.
Cool. And how does that benefit us?
It would...
Would the past version of this room have a microwave in it? Because you know I get hangry if I don't have my laxer at lunch.
Probably not, no.
Would it have any detrimental effects?
What do you mean?
Well, could a velociraptor materialise by the recycling bins?
Possibly, yes, I guess.
Approved.
Excellent work, everyone. A well-considered decision. So there we go. 7 things characters in horror games really need to stop doing. Can you think of any others? Let us know in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Watch another by hitting one of the links on screen. And please do subscribe for more of these list videos every Friday. Thanks for watching and see you next week.